What's up, you guys?
How's everyone doing?
Welcome to our home.
For a week.
Live from Astoria. This is the first and only episode, actually, that will be filmed in this very apartment because within the next 48 hours, we're probably going to be out of here. So, what are we filming? I knew you were going to ask. So, Megan K. Clark.
That's me.
Came up with...
check her out on Facebook.
Check me out on Facebook, Twitter,
title
Miss Mensa.
Of what our show should be called. And while we know it's not Tuesday today, this is like our little prelim video where we're going to tell you what's going on and introduce you and everything. But what it's typically going to be called is
What's Trending on Tuesdays.
So on Tuesday, we'll be coming straight to you with a brand new episode. So make sure to let us know what you
want us to talk
about. Because basically, we're just going to get some hot topics, share our thoughts, tell you what's going on, what's happening.
You know, kind of like The View. We're kind of ripping. We're kind of ripping it off of The View.
This is my Today Show.
But we're younger, we're hipper, we're cooler, we're sexier. Some of us. So yeah, definitely check us out. Tell us what you think. What you would like us to discuss, because we're all up for all kinds of stuff.
I introduced you to Megan Clark. I know that you all already know who Brandon Chandler is, so I should tell you I'm Kelsey Bird.
Our first topic for today, let's all talk about Snooki. Everyone knows Snooki's big news, right?
Do you know who Snooki is, Kelsey?
I know who Snooki is.
Do you know her big news this week?
I know her big news.
One thing that I'm kind of upset about is she busted her ass to get skinny. Because she used to be a little bit porkier.
Yeah,
she did. She lost a lot of weight.
And she got her body in really good shape. And now she just... Well, that's terrible. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like she worked really hard to get her body, and I thought she was looking great, but and now she's pregnant, and you know, a lot of times after you have a kid, you kind of.
I bet she'll get it back. She's super into her club scene, and what does she say? You guys ever heard the GLT?
I haven't watched the show very much.
Gym, laundry, tanning. I don't know.
My sister would be on this. Cabzia. Shout out to Rihanna.
Snooki's
pregnant.
She's engaged too.
These things happen a lot. You get pregnant, then you get engaged. I just call me old-fashioned, but
we will.
What's our next topic?
Is this Coney 2012?
I have no idea what this is
about.
Have
you heard of it?
No, I've seen
it's
tons.
It's probably because you're a terrible person. I don't actually know that much about it, but I know about it because I saw everybody posting about it, which is the whole point, that everyone is supposed to know who this guy is. So get with it, Brandon. He's this really bad dude.
A dictator.
In Uganda.
He's a dictator.
Oh, so he's a bad person.
He's upsetting. So go look it up and share it. And
I definitely have to.
It's basically, I mean, everybody just needs to know that we, as people of the world, can all take care of each other and we can all help each other, and that's what it's all about. So if you don't know what it is,
look it up.
Go look it up, watch the documentary, and spread the word.
Spread the word.
So we all know what it's all about.
Alright, so for those of you that are on Twitter, you know what a hashtag is.
If you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter.
And I, for the longest time, had no idea. Like, I saw all kinds of stuff about, you know, the hashtagging. I never knew what it was until I got Twitter. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of a cool little
and
fun
people
thing.
have brought it into Facebook now, which is kind of pointless because if you hashtag on Facebook, there's no point other than you're just hashtagging.
Yeah. Some people hashtag when they text me, too. But
I do that. Sorry.
So one of the hashtags that was trending on Twitter when we did this was hashtag my favorite text. I didn't look at any of the ones that were on there, did you?
No.
No, I didn't.
We should have
done that.
Maybe.
I don't know. What do you do? Do you look at what everybody else has said?
Or do you just decide, I'm going to tweet this because this is my favorite text?
Right.
I usually look.
What would you think if you saw my favorite text? Like, what?
What would I tweet if I decided to hashtag my favorite text?
Right.
Probably one of the numerous things you text me on a daily basis. I mean, anything. I really enjoy the text.
I just...
stepped in some dog shit.
Well, I texted you that the other day because I was like really upset about it, and they're sitting together.
Laughing.
And she texted me back and she's like, oh no, exclamation, 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 sad face.
I mean, I was sad. That's a sad thing.
I think like 24 hours later, they were like, oh, P.S., we were laughing our faces off at you.
Because it was just funny because the way she worded it, it was like, oh my god, I was just walking on the street and I stepped in a big pile of dog shit in my boysenberry boots.
In the middle of in the street. Don't let your dog shit in the street.
Moral
of this hot topic.
You can get fined in New York
my
City.
favorite text.
You can get fined up to $250 for leaving your dog shit on the street.
You learn something every day. You also can
ruin my boys and bear boots.
And you can also get a ticket for accidentally not realizing that you can, steal subway fares when the gates open. I did do it, and I did get caught, and I got my license taken away for a second, and them checking to see if I had any criminal history, if it had happened more than once. So don't ever do it. Okay, next topic.
Hashtag my favorite text.
Next topic. It's kind of a broad topic here. We have American Idol / The Voice / just reality TV in general. Okay. We've been watching some American Idol, not religiously. Same with The Voice. We're watching it, but the thing that I think is what gets to us is we see these people and there's some good people. We're like, oh yeah, they're great. And then there's other people that are on the show that you're like, why are you on this show? You can't. Has anyone seen Jermaine? Anyone?
Jermaine's here.
I'm like,
Jermaine?
What?
Girl.
I'm like, girl.
I'm annoyed. I'm not going to lie. I'm very, very annoyed with the singers that are on American Idol. I previously, years ago, I'm not going to say how many because that'll date me. Wow, I'm really starting to get up there. I tried out for American Idol, and it was a little upsetting because I thought that it was a little bit more realistic than it was, but that's okay. And I think the people that get on there, it's a blessing, and some of the people that have come off of that show have been very blessed, aka Jennifer Hudson. She did not win, but she does have an Oscar.
Who is your favorite, if you had to pick one American Idol contestant, period, who's been on the show? Who's your fave?
I'd have to say Katharine McPhee, because I really wanted her to win when she was on. From the beginning, I really liked her, and that's the last time that I watched American Idol from beginning to end, every episode. And I just really liked her the whole time. And she did not win because Taylor Hicks won.
Yeah, no.
So that's what I would pick.
Yeah.
Brandon?
I really, really enjoyed Tamira Gray. I thought that she has an amazing voice, and she was in Rent, and she was phenomenal. Every clip I've ever seen of her performing in that show, her acting is very, very strong, and she still isn't sacrificing her vocal abilities. So kudos to her.
Yeah. All right, Kelsey?
There's a tie between two of them. Because actually off the top of my head, out of my heart, I would say Elliot Yamin. Me and my dad really liked Elliot. I don't know why, we just really liked him. I have a real soft spot for Clay Aiken. I don't care what anybody says, I love Clay Aiken albums. So
you go, Megan.
Next topic we have, just so everyone knows, it's the season that I hold dear to my heart and Kelsey holds dear to her stomach. It's Reese's Eggs season. Yes, it is.
You want to discuss how much you like those?
I don't like it very much.
How much do you like Reese's Eggs, Kelsey? Can you tell our viewers how many Reese's Eggs you had yesterday?
I don't really eat Reese's Eggs. So
how many Reese's Eggs did you have, Kelsey?
Let's see. How many?
Don't make me get the empty bag.
She got them yesterday.
What did I do yesterday?
The bag's empty?
The bag is now gone.
Next topic.
So, yeah, Reese's Eggs, Kelsey, moo. All right, next topic. This is we are bringing... Oh, God. We're bringing it down.
Just looking at it.
It happened very recently. It's a very dramatic thing. We are getting serious for a moment.
We're going to go there.
Whitney Houston. As everyone knows, she has passed away, and it's really sad. She was an incredible talent.
She is the reason that I am a singer. There have been a lot of singers that I've gotten to see that feel just as equally strong about the death of her, because she was a huge part of our lives. And I, witnessed one of my favorite singers, Shoshana Bean. I went to her concert and she did a tribute to Whitney, and I literally was bawling my eyes out.
It was so good. It wasn't even a Whitney song. She wouldn't even sing a Whitney song out of respect, because it was days after it happened.
I feel the same way, like you said. I remember my dad told me when I was probably 8 years old, that if I could ever sing The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston, then I would be a great singer. Great singers could sing Whitney songs.
Yeah, back to American Idol really fast. They did a Whitney
Whitney night already.
Whitney night, and I'm sorry.
That's so.
It's too soon.
Crazy.
And I don't think that maybe in past seasons there have been a lot of vocalists that could pull off Whitney Houston, but with the singers that they have on that show right now, it really upset me because I don't think that they did a very good job overall. So that bothered me. But there were some there were a couple of good
moments.
ones.
There were good moments. But
moments. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. That's my
and
bitterness.
Now that we're all like really sad, we have to just on Whitney for one more minute. It's kind of a funny, sad, just kind of a happy thing to move it on.
Transition.
The day that Whitney's funeral aired on TV, well, we didn't have TV, so Brandon was watching it online, and we found it was streaming, and he watched the whole thing just until he had to leave for
3 or 4.
And Kelsey and I were catching bits and pieces with him, just hanging out. And so Brandon leaves for work. Kelsey is, I think, in the shower. She's not in the room. And I have the computer at the table. The funeral was over. And I almost closed the computer because I was like, okay, it's done. And then it got really quiet. And I started playing I Will Always Love You as they carried the casket out.
It's the first episode. You have to sing.
I start bawling, and Kelsey walks in the room because she hears me like sobbing audibly, and she was like, "What?" And I was like, "They just carried the casket out." She started singing, and I couldn't. Oh, I was so sad. And Kelsey's like, "Oh my god, it was horrible. It was horrible."
And then they told me because I was on the train. Thank God I wasn't here because I probably wouldn't be here right now. I was bawling on the train.
And then Kelsey, what did you say about the reason they played her singing?
Oh, yeah, because like Whitney's so epic, she had to sing in her own funeral.
Like no one could have done justice for it. And who would have ever thought that song could be appropriate for a funeral? But it was.
Right.
It was perfect.
All right, so on to our last topic of the evening this time around. Yeah. I don't know if anyone has seen pictures on Facebook or they saw something on Twitter, but you can make a broom stand up completely on its own right now because something with the planets aligning and something, I don't know. Brandon is convinced the world is definitely ending this year.
And I'm praying that it's not true. But
then all these things are happening.
So all of this crazy stuff is happening, and the Mayans predicted some really, really crazy stuff that was spot on. So it makes me nervous. I am a believer of being connected to the universe and all of that stuff. But I am hoping that with all of the positive energy that humans can put out into the world, that this will not happen. But that's my philosophy on it.
Our broom is currently standing on end in the living room and has been for about an hour now.
It's still going.
It's just the thing is, if it's going to happen, I guess it's going to happen.
Right, there's nothing we can do about it.
You can dwell on it or you can just...
But the other thing, so even after the, I'm going to be positive and say that 2012 is not going to happen. So, then we, broke through that barrier, but there's more.
There's always
now I'm freaking out because NASA or whoever has looked far, far out into the galaxy and they see an asteroid that is coming directly in our direction. Now, that is proof. This is real scientific fact that here is the Earth. I mean, it's headed our way. I am hoping that somehow it's going to, go this way and run into the moon. I really don't care as long as it doesn't hit me. So, I would like to know what you guys think about that or research it because it is true. I learned this from my grandmother. And,
We'll see.
So, yeah, we really, we were only trying to make this video
10 minutes long, max.
6 or 7 is where we started.
Yeah, we obviously could talk forever about all sorts of things, but what we really want to talk about is whatever you want us to talk about.
Yes.
So, tell us what you want us to talk about.
And if you like us, broadcast us around your Facebook and your Twitter. Because we really are gonna try to do this on a regular basis.
Every Tuesday.
So check us out.
On Tuesdays.
And so we can't wait to see you guys again on this coming Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be ready to hear your feedback.
All right.
Holla back, youngins. Woo woo.
Astoria.
What's wrong with me? Why do I feel like this?